like if you found the video valuable. Eleanor Cartwright had lived in Ashcombe Manor for nearly a year before she discovered the letter. The old estate was a sprawling collection of creaking hallways, dust-choked rooms, and portraits whose painted eyes seemed to follow her wherever she went. She had bought the manor at an absurdly low price, ignoring the townsfolk's whispers about its restless history. It was during a rainstorm one evening, when she retreated to the attic in search of candles, that she noticed the writing desk. A heavy oak piece tucked against the far wall, its surface was littered with old ink stains. Something about it drew her closer. Pulling open the center drawer, she found sheets of brittle paper, blank yet faintly yellowed with age. But what startled her most was the quill lying across them, its nib dark as though freshly dipped in ink. She hadn't seen an inkwell nearby. Curiosity overcoming her hesitation, Eleanor sat at the desk. She placed one of the sheets before her, and as soon as her hand brushed the quill, the feather rose on its own. She froze. The quill scratched against the page, line after line unfurling in an elegant, slanted script she didn't recognize. Words formed before her eyes. Do not leave this house tonight. It knows you. Eleanor shoved back her chair. The letter lay before her in stark black ink. She touched the page. Real. The words smudged against her fingertips. A dozen explanations fought for dominance in her mind. A prank left behind by previous owners, some elaborate mechanical trick, her own imagination. But none of them accounted for the fact that the quill was still moving, still writing without her guidance. You opened the manor. You woke it. Her heart hammered. Who are you? She whispered. The quill scratched again, the sound grating against her nerves. I am what remains. I am warning you. Do not enter the east wing. Eleanor's pulse quickened. The east wing of Ashcombe Manor had been boarded up when she moved in. Curiosity battled with fear. She had never dared to pry the doors open. She forced herself away from the desk, but sleep was impossible. Thunder rolled overhead, rattling the shutters. The words on the page replayed in her mind until her resolve cracked. By lantern light, she made her way toward the forbidden wing. The doors resisted, groaning as she pried them apart. A gust of cold air greeted her, carrying the faint scent of rot. Dust coated everything. Chandeliers, faded drapes, and a hallway lined with locked doors. One door, however, stood ajar. Inside, the lantern revealed a small study. Another writing desk sat by the window, identical to the one in the attic. Upon it lay a single sheet of paper. Eleanor approached, her skin prickling. She lifted the lantern higher, and her stomach dropped. The paper bore a letter written in that same elegant script, only this one was addressed directly to her. Eleanor Cartwright, you should not have come here. The house writes because I no longer can. I died within these walls, and now you are next. The lantern trembled in her hand. She spun around at the sound of soft scratching. From the desk behind her, the quill had risen again. It moved deliberately, ink flowing without an inkwell. Do not look behind you. Her breath caught. Every instinct screamed to flee, but her legs refused to move. She forced herself to turn. At the far corner of the study, a figure was standing, a man in tattered clothing, his eyes hollow, his mouth twisted as though mid-scream. In his hand he held an identical quill. Eleanor dropped the lantern. Darkness swallowed the room, followed by the sharp scrape of words being written in the unseen black. When the townsfolk came weeks later, they found the manor abandoned. On the attic desk lay a fresh sheet of paper. In the same slanted script, a final message, she wrote until the end. Now, so shall you.